Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of The Bog Warrior. In this episode I will show you how to defeat Zarokh, the Temporal, who is the final boss of the Trial of the Sekhemas. Defeating this boss is one of two options to get your final 7th and 8th Ascendancy points. As always, please consider to subscribe if you're looking for short and straight to the point action RPG answers. Alright, let's get to it. Okay guys, I will release a full guide on how to beat the Trial of the Sekhemas so you can get all your Ascendancy points, but I want to create a separate video for Zarokh because beating this guy is challenging but doable once you get to know all of his attacks. You need to prepare for this fight, and that means both getting specific boons and also avoiding specific afflictions, and of course being level 75 or higher. For those new to the game, as you progress through the Trial of the Sekhemas, you can get boons which basically make things better, and afflictions that will make things worse. While a lot of them are minor, there are a few boons and afflictions that can drastically impact whether you win or lose against Zarokh. But before we look at which boons you must get and which afflictions you should avoid, let's look at Zarokh's attacks. You will find Zarokh at the end of floor 4 of the Trial of the Sekhemas. Enter the portal and you will enter Zarokh's arena. Allow me to say that this level is extremely cool. I love the moving sands and winds, for sure a creepy place at the end of time. So go up the stairs and Zarokh will appear. Then immediately he will stop time, and as you can see he will use an hourglass that will begin the fight. Okay, so his first attack are the bubble projectiles that appear when he says there can be no escape, or this only ends one way, or rid yourself of your delusions. You can avoid these slow moving orbs by simply dodging. Please note that once they hit the arena's portals they will reappear on the opposite side. His next attack happens when he says watch your step or your fate binds you. When you hear these words, immediately go to any corner in the arena and stay there. The reason is that Zarokh will teleport to the center of the arena and conjure traps that if they hit you, they will freeze you. After this, he will attack with lightning bolts in a counterclockwise direction. His next attack happens when he says you're not in control or wither into nothing. Here Zarokh will summon a massive temporal ball that moves slow. If it hits you, it will slow you down and then explode. Next is the most important attack you have to watch out for. When you hear the sands of time wait for no one, or you see the huge message to enter the confluence to begin the Trail of Time, go to the center of the arena immediately and Zarokh will stop time. After this, a clock needle will spawn and begin moving. You need to collect all hourglasses that spawn before time runs out. If time runs out, this means instant death. Here is extremely important you have boons that give you extra movement speed, and avoid afflictions that reduce your movement speed, because as you can see your movement speed will be reduced a lot already. I will talk about that in a moment. When you deplete his health bar to around 50%, you will notice that he will combine all of his attacks, but since you know what to do, just attack and watch out for what is coming against you. I find that standing near the corners is always a good idea because of his watch your step attack, since you can only avoid it at the corners. Remember, if it hits you, you will be frozen, leaving you vulnerable to all of his other attacks. In terms of life and shield, I have around 1800 on each. My rune ward I believe is around 100, I can't remember exactly to be honest, and I face Zarokh at level 85. As a reference, if you can clear maps tier 13, then you should be good for this fight. Last but not least, you're aiming at reaching around 2 million damage to bring this guy down. The only interruption is when the clock needle appears. He will cast it when you deplete his health bar through around 20%. Once again, get all the hourglasses, and after that you're free to attack, stack damage, and bring him down once and for all. Once you give him the killing blow, congratulations, you will have defeated one of the toughest bosses in Path of Exile 2, and you will get your 7th and 8th Ascendancy points. Aside from the Ascendancy points, this boss has a nice loot table. Here as you can see, I got a unique vase relic. After collecting the loot, go through the portal, claim your Ascendancy points if you haven't already, buy from the merchant, convert your leftover sacred water to keys, and enter the treasure room to use your keys. One last thing, when you reach the treasure room at the end, if you find a gold spectrum cache, go for it, as there is a high chance that you can get a grand spectrum sapphire. The last thing are the boons and afflictions that you should get and avoid. The first affliction you need to avoid is Blunt Sword, since this one reduces the damage of you and your minions by 40%. The other one is Fiendish Wings. This one gives 25% increased attack and movement speed to all enemies, and the monster action speed cannot be slowed below base. The last one is Worn Sandals. This affliction reduces your movement speed by 50%. Now the boons you're looking for that will help you are Ornate Dagger Boon. With this one you and your minions will deal 50% more damage. Next, the one that gives you 40% increased movement speed, and the last one is Lustrous Pearl. This one slows down traps. Personally, I find that I lose more honor due to traps than enemies, so for me this one is a game changer. So that is it. I hope this quick guide you can help defeat Zarokh so you can claim your Ascendancy points. As always, please share with us your thoughts in the comments. We reached the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far and found the video interesting or useful, please consider to share, like, comment or subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.